What's up, YouTube fans? It's time for another vape-tastic voyage with your boy, Mr. B. Vaping on my Mr. V box tonight. Well, for the moment. Let me have a sip of soda real quick. Alright, people. Tonight, we are going to go over one of the sexiest looking RDAs that I've seen. That being the JayBo designed with Wismec Inde Duo. It is a 30mm rebuildable atomizer as well as a 22mm atomizer. Interchangeable sleeves. So that's pretty kick-ass. We are going to go down low. We are going to get dirty with her. Physical. We are going to treat her dirty. We're going to make her our bitch. And it'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, this thing is pretty kick-ass. I will break it down in just a second on the inside. And you can see this is your packaging here. And I'll go over everything you get. So with that said, we will drop down low just a second here, and we will talk about what's in this and all that jazz. So hold fast, and Mr. B will be right back. Alright, folks, we are down low with the JayBo and Wismec Inde Duo RDA. Alright, so your box here. Signature box from Wismec and JayBo products, same as the Noisy Cricket. I haven't seen the Theorem yet, which I am excited to get a hold of also, but I presume it's the same. Scratch and sniff sticker there, Wismec.com to order it. What you get there in your package is your one atomizer base, your atomizer tube, the 30mm and the 22mm. You get one airflow control ring top. You get one mouthpiece. You get, it says 4 seal rings, but you actually get 3 extras. You get 3 hexagon screws and your warranty card. Made in China, yada yada. Designed in California. It's like an Apple box. Made in the same place as Apple. Alright, flip the top on there. Oh, it's pretty. This is your 30mm atomizer sleeve. I already have a build in there, but you have Wismec and JayBo on there. Gold-plated copper pin. Doesn't have a serial number on that. That's the one thing I don't really like about Wismec and JayBo. Not like a serial number really freaking matters, but it kind of does to me. I just like it. So there's your mouthpiece, your conical mouthpiece, which is actually supposed to create a conical vortex airflow. So we'll see what that does. Got your 30mm airflow ring, which actually comes from the top of the atomizer, and it feeds right through there. And that actually feeds right through here. I already put a build in here. I haven't used it yet, but I tried to just make it a little shorter of a video. 10 wraps, like a 30.34, something like that. So your airflow goes through that outside top, meets there at the bottom there, meets here, goes through these. It's actually sealed 2 parallel glasses, but if you look in here, you can see where it goes through the outside sleeve between the two, and it comes up and under, and it sits right there on your coils. See where the airflow meets underneath the coil there? So yeah, it's pretty cool. Your block here, you have 3 positive screw downs. There's actually one there going like this, right under that top, right between the 2 coils. You can kind of see it there. Yeah, it's right in there. But it's a pretty beastly ass deck. Nice screws. They screwed down nice and tight. No stripping. You got a double O-ring base there with a nice 4mm deep juice well, and that's pretty damn good for as skinny as that is. Very nice. It is not an adjustable 510 pin. I tried to loosen it a little bit, but it sticks out far enough for my 26650 mod, which I'm going to test this out on when we go back up top. It does fire on there. It's like borderline, but it works. So anyway, yeah, you have your 3 positives up top, and you have 2 negatives. You can do 4 parallel, or not parallel, 4 vertical coils here. I didn't do anything crazy tonight. I might do something different later and show you all, but I just wanted to put a build in here and give it a whirl tonight and see how the airflow and everything is, just to save a little bit of time. But yeah, you can do some crazy ass shit with this thing. I'm pretty sure I watched the Twisted 420's video earlier today, and he did 8 coils on it, but he couldn't fire it because it was like a .03 or something like that. So what else you get in there? You get your 22mm sleeve. This almost looks like the Indestructible, but not a stainless steel cap. So that pops right on there like that. Get this thing get in focus here. Focus. And that goes right on there. And there you go. You have a 22mm atomizer, just like the Indestructible, just not a silver top. Pretty cool. It's pretty neat. And you got JayBo there engraved on there. So it's kind of like 2 RDAs in one. If you got a 30mm, 26650 setup, or a big ass, custom box, a G box, or something like that, it fits right on there. So it's pretty badass. But yeah, you get your 3 O-rings in there, and you get your 3 extra hexagon screws, and you get your hex bit down in there, and your warranty card is on there on the bottom. So, with that said, let's see if I missed anything. Oh yeah, let's go for your measurements here. So your measurements are 22mm wide on the 22mm, and you have a height of 28mm from drip tip top to 510 pin bottom. Alright, and then when you pop that on here with this big sexy beast of a 30mm. So here with this fat daddy setup here, you have 30mm wide, 36mm high from drip tip top to 510 bottom. Alright, so we went over everything that it came with. We went over the measurements on it. What else do we have here? Like I said, the mouthpiece has that unique vortex flow design. I'm going to see how that works. Apparently it's designed inside to be a conical vortex type airflow. You can also adjust your airflow here versus like where you have it under here, so you can kind of do it like this. Goddamn thing don't focus. Yeah, see how you can kind of mismatch it, so your airflow will kind of travel like this. And the way you can build on the deck, you can make your angle on your coils, because you have the positive, the negative, positive, negative. So you can really have everything going at an angle like this inside the deck, opposite of each other on both sides, like that. So I'm going to try that too. I mean, you can do a lot of shit with this deck and this setup on this 30mm. I mean, there is like infinite possibility with this thing, and I'm definitely going to abuse it. So we will check that out. But otherwise, that you can just adjust your air. This is not a single coil setup here, and neither is the 22mm. It's only just across both sides. So there's no single coil setups on these for you single coilers. So that's maybe a downfall to a lot of people. Not me. I don't use single coil, so it doesn't affect me. But yeah, that's pretty much it, people. Go ahead and put all these extras back in this nice little box here. And then we are going to go back up top. I'm going to put this on my 26.654.9 mech mod, and then we are going to have a vape on it. I'll be right back. I'm going to wick it up real quick, and then I will see you all in just a moment. Alright, people, we are back up top with the JayBo and Wismec Inde Duo. I'm putting the 30 mil on here first, and then I'll put the 22 millimeter on here. I actually switched out my coils during that pause, just because the coils I had in there, they were too thick and wide, and it was taking forever for it to fucking fire on my mech. So I switched it down to 2 5-wrap 24 gauge coils, and we'll see if that works out a little better. Fired up a lot faster that time. Just gonna make sure it's juiced up pretty well. Vaping on that Atomic Vapors breakfast strudel, which is fucking delicious. It's like cinnamon French toast almost. So we're gonna... Alright. He's vaping good. Gonna line up our air holes to the bottoms of our coils. I'm just doing it straight up, people. I'm just doing it straight up, making sure everything is straight up. This is just an initial see how I like it type thing. Okay? And she's looking beautiful. I mean, that's just... It's looking beautiful. It looks great. Let's have a vape. Wow. That is one of the smoothest draws I've ever had off of a wide open RDA. If you're looking for... that's kind of weird. It's wide open, and that's a big ass air slot if you can see it there on the top. I have it all wide open, and the pull is not like a wide open RDA, but it is perfect amount of air. For me anyway, it pulls fantastic. That could not be any more of the best, smoothest draw I've ever had off an RDA. No bullshit. It is like, it's like gravy, man. There's no like fucking whistle to it. It's a perfect pull. I can't even describe it any other way than that. It's as smooth a hit you could get off of any RDA. Man, she puts out too. Whew. Did you see that? Damn, that hits so good, and it's really cool because you can actually see all the vapor floating around in this one. Most clear RDAs that you can see through, like the cubed ice cube, the fishbone and all of them, the vapor's like gone. This actually traps it between those two glass parallel panels in there, where your air goes under, kind of like just like the fishbone plus that I gave away a month ago. This one actually holds the vapor in there, and you can watch it swirl around and shit. It's pretty cool. Look. See it floating in there? It's a mean ass. This looks like the goddamn thing from Men in Black. That looks just like it. So we're going to pop that off of there, give it a little juice, and I'm going to put that on the 22 millimeter. And we'll see how that hits. Got everything lined up. Let's take our cap off of here. Alright, 22 millimeter time. 22 millimeter time. You don't get as much flavor with the 22 millimeter versus the 30 millimeter. You get maybe a little more airflow, but you definitely lose flavor on the 22 millimeter part. Little less vapor production, I think. Shit, what was I gonna say? The draw. I think the draw has to do with this cap. I thought it was bullshit when I read it that it's like a conical vortex type cap, but it looks normal as shit. I mean, it's got a little bit of a curve to it, but it doesn't look anything special. I think that might have something really to do with it. This thing hits fucking awesome. Yeah, either way you hit it, it's awesome. But yeah, people, that's the Inde Duo from JayBo's Mind and Wismec Productions. Thank you again for checking out Mr. B on the other side of the looking glass, where you all stay classy and I stay producing videos. Until next time, YouTube fans, and if I see you on Saturday at the AVE 2K16 Expo, till we meet again, people. Vaping with Mr. B and the Inde Duo from JayBo and Wismec, we are out. Good night.